All right, everybody, we're going to get started here in a second. Let me share this out. Some places. I'll give me just a moment. Getting this shared out so we can get some people in on this live here real quick. Okay. Give me just a second. Give me a moment. I'm just sharing this out so some people can get it. And then I'll be ready to take y'all's questions. We have one more place, and then we're going to get started. All right. I think that's enough. We're going to get started. Will this work for elderly family members? Hold on. Let me, I'm going to get to your question in just a second. Let me go ahead and let everybody know what we're doing. Okay, let me record this. All right, good evening, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers and also with Hollow Board Logistics. And I'm also representing Spirit Logistics and RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting for Freight Brokerage Startups, our freight broker management firm. Today, we are here to talk about our guaranteed career placement or guaranteed job placement that we offer with our freight broker and dispatch training through the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. As you all probably are aware, we have taken over a couple of brokerage firms via our RBBS Corporate Consulting for Freight Brokerage Startups. What that is we are a freight brokerage management firm. We're the first and only freight brokerage management firm in the country, in the industry. If you want to get right down to it, we are the only one in the industry. We created this niche, something that we created, and we created it because over the years, I've been training a lot of freight brokers and dispatchers through my vocational training, through my freight logistics vocational training and school, the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. I've been training the brokers and dispatchers since 2017. We trained more than 1,100 freight brokers and dispatchers. And over the years, we've been hearing from different graduates and people just in the industry on social media and things where people are saying, okay, what do I do after I complete this training? I've done this training. I've paid all this money to have this training, whether it's our brokerage, whether it's our training or some other training or any training out there, the real big question or the $165,000 question is, what happens next? What happens after the training? Where do I go get a job from? And let's face it, every freight brokerage firm out there that's any type of established freight brokerage firm, before they hire anybody, they want you to have a book of business. You got to bring something to the table. If you're going to a freight brokerage firm and you don't even have a book of business, 9 times out of 10, they don't want to deal with you. They're not going to hire you. They're not going to offer you a job. So you're kind of left out there. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about those of you who want to start your own freight brokerage firm. Because that costs money. You got to get a bond, $75,000 bond. If you got great credit, you can probably get it into that one somewhere $500, maybe $1,000 down if you got great credit. If you have some credit issues, it could cost you as much as $10,000 just to get your bond. Okay, and then that doesn't even include your quarterly bond fee that you have to pay. On average, $800 to $1,000 a quarter. And then, of course, after that, you got to get your insurance. Most shippers for first-year brokers is already difficult enough to get shippers signed on with you before you get your 12-month seasoning. But that first year, they're gonna want to see that you got at least $300,000 on your contingent, and at least $1 million on your auto liability. So that's what they're gonna want to see. And with that, that's gonna bring you somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000 to $3,600 down, and about $320 to $350 some odd dollars a month for 9 months out of the year. That's just on your insurance. And then let's not forget your authority. A lot of people say, well, you can get your freight broker authority for $400 or $500. That's not true. It's actually going to run you, when it's all said and done, somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,600. And then if you decide that you want to, let's say, cover drainage freight or dredge or container loads, that's freight that's coming from the shipyards, the ports and things like that. Well, with that, you got to have the UIIA. You got to have a separate type of insurance, and it's got to be $1 million on your contingent and $1 million on your liability. That's in conjunction with the other insurance. So, look, becoming a freight broker, having your own bond and stuff, that's very expensive. So most of you go the route of taking some type of course or class, and then you get your certificate, piece of paper that says that you are qualified to work at a brokerage firm. Well, let me tell you something. Most brokerage firms don't give a rat's toot about that piece of paper. Okay? You try to take that piece of paper to TQL, they ain't gonna hire you. CH Robinson, they ain't gonna hire you. Coyote, they ain't gonna hire you. Landstar, they ain't gonna hire you. You take just about any bonded freight broker firm, they're gonna look at you and say, hey, come back when you got a book of business. Okay? Now, what do we mean by a book of business? A book of business is usually classified as a solidified relationship that you have with shippers that you have signed on to a brokerage firm somewhere, okay? That you have personally signed on to a brokerage firm, gotten the shipper to on board with the brokerage firm, and you have a personal connection or a business relationship with the person who makes the decision for that shipper to onboard with the broker firm. Or in other words, to go ahead and start sending that broker their loads at a certain margin for them to make some type of profit. Okay, that's a book of business. Now, if you don't have that, most of these places you all are going with these certificates and trying to get in, it ain't no. It's not gonna work. Okay, that's what you all are. That's the problem that I've been noticing over the years that I've been training freight brokers and freight broker agents and dispatchers and dispatch agents. Okay, so I started trying to address that issue back in 2020. Okay, 2020, I started on a little campaign to come up with a way to offer guaranteed career placement or guaranteed job placement. Now, I'm not talking about offering help in getting people like, because some of these freight broker training platforms, they say, yeah, we help people get jobs. No, that's not what I'm saying. Anybody can say they'll help you get a job, or they'll try to help you get a job. They'll recommend, they'll make some calls for you. No, we're talking about guaranteed career placement. When you sign up for this training platform that you are guaranteed a job. Matter of fact, you even know what company you're going to go work for before you finish the 2-week training course. You know what company you're going to be working for. Okay, that's called guaranteed career placement. Okay, and we're talking about guaranteed careers with bonded, insured, licensed, and authorized freight brokerage firms. Okay, that's what you classify as a guaranteed career placement. Not someone saying, okay, we help you find a job, we'll assist you with finding a job. I've had some success with, finding my students some work somewhere. That's not guaranteed. Okay, what we offer is guaranteed career placement. So when you take the course, right, going into the second week of your training, you know which brokerage firm you're going to be working for. In most cases, you know what brokerage firm you're going to be working for on the day you sign up for the course, on the day you register for the course. Okay, so that's what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the RBBS, Logistics Learning Centers, Freight Broker and Dispatch Training with Guaranteed Career Placement. So let's go and see if we can get some questions here. I don't know if we got some people logging on. People haven't started logging on yet, but let's go over to our YouTube channel and start sharing my screen. All right, go over here to my YouTube channel, see what we got going on. See who we got on here today on YouTube. We've got DL. Okay, DL asked the question, will this work for elderly family members that want to learn how to do non-physical work and get paid? Well, this is non-physical work. I mean, it's sales. Okay, it's sales. Now, a lot of elderly people may not understand, or I hate to say it, but there are some elderly people who have problems working with computers. Now, if the person is computer savvy and they understand that this is sales, and they are going to, and they understand that they're going to be making a lot of phone calls to decision makers within these companies. They're going to be talking to the director of procurement, or the director of sales, or the director of shipments, or the VP of sales, or something like that within these shippers, within these companies. They're going to be speaking with people who are going to be in charge, and they have to understand that they're going to be required to negotiate margins and profit margins and things like that, rate, lane rates and things like that. So yes, it can. It's perfect for someone who has those capabilities, or who's willing to learn those capabilities. Now, we don't teach computer skills. That's not what we do. We don't teach computer skills. So anyone taking our course or training, don't take it not knowing anything about how to use a computer and then expect us to teach you how to use a computer. That's not what we do. We teach you how to broker freight. We teach you how to negotiate with shippers. We teach you, how to, use the this industry and how to become a professional salesperson. That's what we teach. We teach you about the rules, the regulations, all the things that are involved with broker and freight. But we don't teach you is how to be computer savvy. Okay, so if you need some education with computers, you have to get that elsewhere. Okay, so but let's go ahead and show y'all what we got here for you. All right, first of all, this is the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers. Okay, we are a private freight logistics vocational school, training school, located here in Tallahassee, Florida. Now, we used to have people come down to the actual school on Monroe Street out there at the Edgewater office complex, where our campus and our training facility was. We used to have people coming down to do training here, but the pandemic, COVID, RSV and all the other stuff that's been going on since 2020, it kind of put a stop to that, or put a halt to it, should I say. And it just became too big of a liability. too big of a risk. People coming down, gathering in spaces together. We got people coming down, put them in hotel room, double occupancy. If someone was to get sick with COVID while they were attending what we are, putting on our events or our training, then we are liable. We would be liable for that. So there was a lot of liability that came about after COVID and the pandemic. So we had to take it to another route. So we started doing it online. Everything is done via Zoom online. All of our live trainings are now done via Zoom online. It's a 2-week course, and the 2-week course is from Monday through Fridays from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. We go from 9 to 12, then we take an hour break. We come back at 1 and go from 1 to 3. And then we have night courses for those of you who can't attend the day course, or if you're working a regular job, you can't attend the day course. Our night course is from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, it's a little bit ramped up and speeded up course, but you also have the recordings from the day course that we make available to our students who attend the night course, okay? Now, the first week of training, we can go here and look at the course schedule and curriculum. We'll click on it and pull up here. The first week of training is, let me go to pull up the external view the external document so you can see it bigger here. All right, let's pull up the external documents. All right, as you can see here, the first week of training is really on the stuff that the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration says that you must learn or you must be proficient at in brokering and dispatching, according to their guidelines, according to the statutes, according to their guidelines, according to the industry standards. So that's what your first week. The first week of training is going to be on industry, standard stuff, the industry standards. Okay, stuff like here. It says that you will learn the process of freight brokering and dispatching from start to finish. Learn the tools needed to be successful as a freight broker or freight dispatch agent. Learn the basics of the day-to-day operations inside of a brokerage or dispatch agency. Learn techniques such as prospecting, sales, marketing, and rating and negotiation. Learn how to manage the shipment from origin to destination. Gain valuable industry resources. So that's the stuff that the industry standards or the ruling body, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, states that you must know, you must be proficient in order to be certified or to be able to dispatch freight or broker freight within a brokerage firm. Okay, so that's what the first week of what we're going to be training you on is on the industry standards. The second week, you'll actually be working within the firm that you're going to be going to. And that second week, we're going to be training you on the specifics of what you're going to be doing within that firm. If you are on the freight, if you're in the freight acquisitions division, we're going to be training you on how to contact shippers, on how to run down your leads. And by the way, the company provides all your leads for you. We're going to train you on how to run down your leads, on how to approach shippers, what to say to shippers, how to negotiate lane rates, how to calculate the lane rates. All the stuff that you're going to be doing within the brokerage firm that you're going to be required to do in order to be successful. So that second week is going to be a more defined, more specific type of training that's geared toward the actual job that you're going to be doing within the brokerage firm. All right, so but that's a quick view of that right there. All right, now let's take a look at one of the brokerage firms that we are currently hiring for. And one of the brokerage firms that we are currently hiring for, those of you who are going to be taking the upcoming course, you will go to work for Hollaboard Logistics. Go ahead and show you their homepage here. All right, this is Hollaboard Logistics. Now, a lot of you are probably asking, well, Calvin, how is it that you all are guaranteeing us a position within this brokerage firm? Well, the way that we guarantee it is because we run the brokerage firm. That's right. We run the brokerage firms that we're placing you all, giving you a job. So we make those decisions, okay? Because RBBS Corporate Consulting is the only, well, we're the first and only freight brokerage management firm in the country and in the industry. We created that niche. In other words, freight brokerage firms contract us to take over and run their firms. I know, interesting concept, right? Exactly. We run several freight brokerage firms. Currently, we have 2 freight brokerage firms that are under contract right now. And we have 8 who are slated to contract with us by mid-summer this year. They're just getting their bonds and things in place. And once they have all that, then they will go ahead and contract us for us to take over and run their firms. And when I say take over run it, that's just what I mean. We come in and we run all the day-to-day operations of it. In fact, they make myself and one of our consultants, the chief operations officer within their firm, and the VP of operations within their firm. In fact, we're listed on their audit of corporation that they file with their state to be a legal freight brokerage firm. So we are listed, on those, audits of corporation as the people in charge of running those freight brokerage firms. So as you can see, that's how we're in a position to guarantee you a career within these firms. And this is one of the firms that we contracted with back in November. And they're about a year old. They'll be a year old next month, which is a very important date, because that's the date when most shippers clear brokers to be able to sign on. Okay, very important date. Every brokerage firm is really trying to get to that 1 year mark, that 1 year season on their bond, on their authority, and things like that. Is because shippers don't usually like to work with brokerage firms that have less than a year seasoning on their bond and on their authority. So once you hit that year mark, you are, the door is wide open for signing up shippers and getting a whole bunch of shippers signed up, and you're on your way to making a ton of money. Okay, so this is one of the brokerage firms that we are hiring for, is Hollaboard Logistics. In fact, everyone who takes this next course that's coming up, our next freight broker course starts April the 10th. Our next dispatchers course starts March the 6th. As a matter of fact, we got the next. So everyone who is taking either of those 2 courses are going to be placed with this freight brokerage firm, Hollaboard Logistics. And this is Hollaboard Logistics right here. Show you their careers at Hollaboard. They are hiring. They're looking for, and like every freight brokerage firm, every freight brokerage firm is looking for experienced brokers and dispatchers. In other words, you need to have a book of business. Okay. Now, if you don't have a book of business, you're probably saying, well, how do I get into it if I don't have a book of business? Take our course, because we guarantee you employment with this brokerage firm and another brokerage firm if you enroll and complete our career training course. Okay. As you can see here, they say they're looking for experienced brokers and dispatchers with a book of business. Work as a corporate sales professional in Hollaboard's freight acquisitions division or carrier group management division. Work remotely, performance-based residual compensation, first year earning potential, 120K to 265K, full benefits after 1 year, health, vision, and dental, vested retirement or pension package after 5 years. Okay. And if you want to apply for either one of these positions, you can go here. You can apply for the freight acquisitions executive position, job details, contract $140,000 to $265,000 a year. It is a remote position. As a freight acquisition executive, you'll be required to attract new customers, shippers, securing an agreement for the brokerage firm to arrange for the movement of their freight. All leads are provided by corporate, so we provide you with all your leads. The other position over here is carrier group manager. Job details, contract position, 120,000 to 195K. First year earning potential. It is a remote position, which means you work from your own location, either your home or your own home office or whatever. As a carrier group manager, you'll be required to attract carriers, trucking companies, securing an agreement for their approval to pick up and deliver freight acquired by the brokerage firm. Okay. Now, says right here, if guaranteed career placement, do you have a book of business? No, if you don't have a book of business, train with us for 2 weeks and immediately work in our freight brokerage firm. So there's your path to getting a career within a freight brokerage firm. Okay, it's all about getting in the door. And we have the perfect way for you all to get into, bonded and properly licensed freight brokerage firms. Either you have a book of business. If you don't, you can take our course and be guaranteed a position within those brokers, guaranteed hire. Okay, so there it is. If you click on one of these where it says apply now, it's going to take you over to where you can fill out the application. And there's the application there for the freight acquisitions executive, Hollywood Logistics. You just got to fill this out. You can upload your resume right here. You answer these questions. Do you have a book of business to onboard with the brokerage? Those are a drop down, yes or no. You either have one or you don't. That's right. It tells you if no book of business, are you available and willing to enroll in a 2-week career training course? Yes or no. That's all you got to do. Are you comfortable working in a remote setting? Okay. Example, from your home. How many years of transportation, logistics, supply chain, and storage experience do you currently have? You can type that in right there. You can upload your resume right here. Put in this information here, a letter of interest. This is basically just in your own words why you feel why you would like to work for the brokerage firm. You must feel that you must fill that out. Okay, it doesn't have to be anything exuberant or elegant or extensive. Just a few short words on why you want to work for this brokerage firm. Okay, simple as that. All right. Then go down here, then you submit it, and then you'll be contacted, and or you'll be directed to where to go to schedule your live phone interview. Okay, so there you have it. That's how you apply for these positions. If you have a book of business, great. We'll hire you right away. If you don't have a book of business, you must take the guaranteed career placement course. Just click here, takes you right over to the area of our vocational school. You can click on any of these things here, enroll, course enrollment, 100% job guaranteed, or you go up here to the more button, come down here to where it says enroll now. Click enroll now. If you click any one of those things, it's going to take you to our enrollment area where everything that we offer with our vocational school and all the different courses that we offer. The two that you're looking for over here on the end. One is the freight broker agent training with guaranteed career placement. The other one is the freight dispatcher agent training with guaranteed career placement. They are both $1,850. That's the tuition. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, Calvin, I don't, what happens if we don't have, that amount of money to go ahead and enroll? Well, don't fret, because there is financing, either through a firm as low as $116 per month. If you go through a firm, we also have PayPal, which also offers their financing, as you see here, as low as $116 per month with a firm at checkout. PayPal financing options also available at checkout. This next course, our course for this dispatching one, for this freight broker one, we've already completed one that started on February the 6th. So we're getting ready for our next one. And then over here, you can click your course dates right here, and you can pick which course you want to be in. That one's already gone. So the next one will be 4/10/2023. And after that, we have one in June, on June 12th. Then we have another one on August the 14th. Then we have another one on October the 9th. And then we have one on November the 4th. Okay. So you can pick what date you want to attend the course. You can go ahead and pay your tuition and get registered and be in line for the next course. We also offer additional student loans and personal loan financing options are available. You can just highlight this link right here and open it up. If you want to do it this way, you can do it like this, and it opens up and it's going to take you over here to this area here where you can apply for financing. Okay, you can apply for financing through our lender network. Seeing how much you qualify for takes 2 minutes and has zero impact on your credit score. Now, this says you can do loans up to $50,000. This is a personal loan site. Okay, but I'm going to be honest with you. Don't try to go in there and get $50,000 because you're probably not going to get approved for it. Don't try to go in there and get $5,000 or $10,000 because you're probably not going to get approved for that. Just apply for the amount you need to take the course. Okay, and no more than $2,000, maybe $2,500. I mean, it's okay to try to get a little bit over, but if you're going on here and this is your first time doing a personal loan, you never dealt with any of these companies that are offering this financing, chances are you're not going to get approved anything more than $2,000, maybe $2,500. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Now, if you've got great credit, 750, 800 score, and you've got great income already, and you don't have a high debt income, margin or debt to income ratio, yeah, you can go in there, you can apply for a $10,000 loan and you'll probably get it. Okay, I mean, I'm just being honest with you. But if you don't have that type of stuff, don't really expect to go in there and get approved for a $5, $10, $15, $20, $50,000 loan. It's not going to happen. Okay, so go ahead and apply for what you need and get approved the first time. And that way you can go ahead and get your financing. Just click here where it says apply for financing, and you simply go ahead and you fill out the application, and then they'll let you know. It's a very short app. It's not anything long or extensive. As you can see, here's a very short app that you fill out, and then they will let you know if you are approved or not right away. Okay, simple as that. All right, so that's how you go on and get enrolled. Now, like I said, we have a freight brokers course and we have a dispatchers course here also too. Again, if you opt for the freight brokers, you're going to be working in the freight acquisitions division. If you opt for the dispatcher course, you're going to be working in the brokers carrier group management division. Okay. Now, you can't work both sides. You can't be a freight acquisition executive and a carrier group manager. You have to choose which one you want to be, because we don't really. We want this to be the most enjoyable and easy way for you to make money. Okay. In other words, we want you to get good at just what you do, and that's sales. Whether you're selling shippers, we want you to get good at that. If you're selling on the trucking side, the trucking company side, just get good at that. Get good at onboarding shippers, get good at onboarding the trucking companies, one or the other. Don't, get all bogged down trying to learn everything, because then you're gonna not really be good at any of them. You want y'all to just focus on just one thing. You don't have a whole lot to do. This is the easiest money you ever make, because all you got to do is get a shipper to sign up or get a carrier group sign up. And then once that happens, you get a residual income because of how we pay you. Okay? You're going to be paid residual income, which basically states is this. If once you get a shipper to agree to onboard with the brokerage firm, you're basically going to go and fill out a form that we're going to give you a link to. You're going to fill out a form, and you're going to submit it with that shipper's information and your information on it to the brokerage firm. The brokerage firm has processes to do all the other stuff. Book freight, all the paperwork, send TMS, load everything up, send the loads out to the load board, send loads out to the trucking companies. They do all that stuff. Process, they do collections, they do all that. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of that. All you do is get the shipper or get the trucking company to agree to onboard with the brokerage firm. It can't get any simpler than that, any easier than that. And for doing that, when you are successful at doing just that, and you send that information in and they get that shipper onboarded, they're listing you as the account manager on that shipper's account. So that means every load that is booked from that shipper's account, you're going to get 7.25% of the brokerage fee for as long as that shipper is contracted with the brokerage firm. And you don't have to book any freight. All you did was get the shipper to agree to sign up. And once you've done that, you go back out and you start calling more shippers to get more shippers sign up, because the more shippers you get on, the more your residual income grows. Let me show y'all what that looks like in some real numbers. All right, let's say that if you get a shipper to sign up, and the shipper's only sending over 100 loads. A small shipper. We're not talking about a shipper that's sending over 800 loads a day or 1,500 loads a day or even 2,000 loads a day. We're talking about a shipper that's only sending over, on average, 100 loads per day. And let's say the brokerage firm is only booking 25% of that freight each day. They're not going to book half that freight or even 80 loads out of that 100. They're going to book just 25 loads. Very small percentage. So looking at 25 loads, and let's say that the average brokerage fee is $600. Okay, brokerage fee is usually somewhere between. Brokerage fee is a percentage of the load fee. Okay, the load fee is $3,000. Here I'm going to give y'all an example. If the load fee is $3,000, okay, that means if we negotiate it properly, we got a brokerage fee which is about 15 to 25% of that. So let's just say minus 20%. Let's go 20%. So that means we got a $600 brokerage fee, okay? $600 brokerage fee. Basically how this works is this. If we're talking to a shipper and the shipper says, okay, give us a quote on lane rates. And we're looking at a lane, and that lane is, let's say that lane normally pays somewhere between $2,700 and $2,800 or whatever the case be. Let's say it pays $2,700, okay? So if that lane normally pays $2,700, we're going to negotiate with that shipper to try to get, okay, plus we're going to try to get 25%. That's going to be $675. So that means that we got that total rate is going to be what? That $2,700 plus that what? $675. Now that $2,700 is the lane rate that goes to the trucking company that's running that freight. That $675, that's our profit. That's called a margin. That's how you calculate margin. Whether you're doing it on pallet, on the rate per pallet, or you're doing it on the lane rate, or whatever case may be, we are always negotiating to get a percentage above what the shipper is paying. We get the shipper to agree to that margin. That gives us our profit. So then we can put the load out there to the carrier or to the truck or to the trucking company for $2,700, and then our fee is the rate that we have negotiated with the shipper. That's going to pay us our profit, $675. So now y'all see how that works. Okay, that's called a margin. That's how you negotiate margin. And we're going to train you. We're going to train you all on all of this. Once you take the course, when we take the course, you're going to get training on how to do all of this. Okay, so now you've got a $600 margin, which is a broker fee. That's what the broker fee is. Yeah, I know some of these truck drivers out there think that brokers have a broker's fee of $2,000. They're making $2,000 on load. They're making $3,000. No, that's not the case. I promise you that's not the case. Now, in some instances, we may have a broker's fee that's going to be $1,000 to $1,500 maybe. If that's on a load that's going a long distance and it's paying good rate, let's say a reefer load that's going 2,200 miles and is paying $6 or $7 per mile. Yes, our fee on that would probably be somewhere close to $1,000 or $1,100. Because it's a high paying load, or it's a heavy load that pays a high rate. So that means our percentage is going to be, it's going to reflect a higher profit, okay? Or not percentage wise, but actual money wise. But on average, it's going to be around $600. So let's take that $600, right? Let's take that. Remember, you pay 7.25% for each load that is ran from your shipper's account. So take that $600 minus 7.25%. This would be your cut. Okay. Now remember, we said that if your shipper was sending over 100 loads per day, and we're only booking 25 loads, 25%. So that's $43.50 times 25 loads a day. $43.50 times 25. That's $1,087.50 a day. That's your pay for being a freight acquisition executive, for getting one shipper signed up. And that shipper's only sending over 100 loads a day. And we're booking 25% of those loads. You don't have to book it a freight. You don't have to deal with any carriers. You don't have to load anything up into the CNTMS. You don't have to do any type of paperwork. All you do is get that shipper to agree to onboard with the brokerage firm. And you're looking at $1,087.50 per day from just 25 loads booked out of 100 loads that's being sent over each day, an average broker fee of $600. Not a bad way to make a living. Give you some perspective on that. That times 5 days a week, it's going to give you about $5,437 per week. 52 weeks in a year. So as you can see, with residual compensation, what we call performance-based residual compensation, from one shipper that is only sending over 100 loads per day, and we're only booking 25% of those loads, and that with the average brokerage fee of $600, that one account will pay you somewhere in the neighborhood of $282,000 a year. That's residual. That is called performance-based residual compensation. There's not a better way to make money. There's not a better way to be compensated. I know these other brokerage firms out there say, well, but we offer you a salary against commission. Well, that's called a draw. That's why the average broker over TQL can only make about $40,000 a year, $40,000 to $50,000 a year. The average broker, because here's how they operate. For one, you have what's called a draw. It's not a true salary, it's a draw, which means they're probably paying you $15 an hour, somewhere around there. Okay, sounds good, right? $15, $20 an hour. They're not going to pay you $20 an hour, I'll tell you that right now. They're probably paying you about $15 an hour, somewhere around $25,000 to $30,000 a year. All right. You get that $15 an hour. But let's say you book some freight, whatever the case may be. You get some shipper signed up, get your account team, get some shipper signed up, you book some freight. And let's say your commission comes out to, let's say your hourly pay is, let's say it's $600 a week. But let's say your commission that you get is less than $600. You won't get that plus your commission. You'll get your hourly pay, but you won't get your commission. Now, if your commission is higher than your hourly pay, you won't get your hourly pay, you'll get the commission. So you don't get, it's not salary plus commission. It's actually salary or commission. That's a big difference. Okay, that's how TQL pays, CH Roberts, and all these other brokerage firms pay. It's salary or commission. It's not both. You don't get salary plus commission. That's not how it works. You get salary or commission. Whichever one is higher, that's the one you get. Now, here's another stipulation that they have, and I know TQL does this, but I know some people that work at TQL, and they can probably say, well, why are you telling all that? Because I know it, and I can tell it. I'm not on a contract with you, so ain't nothing you can do to me about it. Okay? TQL has a policy where their freight broker agents or their brokers, they are also in charge of accounting. They have to collect from the shipper. Okay? Let's say, for instance, that shipper is on a net 30 schedule. That means they pay their invoices 30 days. They have 30 days to pay their invoices or to pay that broker. Okay, so let's say that you're coming up close to on that 30 days, right? And it is your job, if you are working for them as a broker or a broker agent, it's your job to make sure that shipper pays that money within that 30 days. All right, so let's say the 30 days come and go and they haven't paid. Now they're late, okay? Then you are on a clock. You're on a clock. I'm not sure, what the time frame is, but I know it's between 10 and 15 days. If you don't get that shipper to pay that invoice within that 10 to 15-day grace period after they're late, let's say they get up to day 16 and they pay it on day 16 or day after 15 days, you don't get nothing. They don't pay you. The company keeps that money. That's in their policy. That is how they pay. I'm dead serious. That's how they pay. So either you get that shipper to pay that money before that 15-day grace period is up, or that 10 or 15-day grace period is up. If you don't, then the company keeps all that money. And you just did all that work for what? For nothing. And these are some of the reasons why, what they average over there in these other brokerage firms is why they only average about 35, because they're basically just getting whatever their draw is. Because most of them never hit the commission levels. Okay. And so, I mean, you have one or two, you have a small percentage of them that are making $60,000 and $75,000 a year, but they can't make much more than that because they have so much they have to do. They have to do the whole process. With the brokerage firms that we manage, with our compensation plan, all you do is sell. You don't do all that other stuff. We don't make you responsible for accounting. We don't penalize you if you can't get the shipper to pay at a certain time. Once the shipper pays, you get paid. I don't care if it takes them however long to pay. When we collect it, you get yours. We're not going to hold that back from you. That wouldn't be right. I mean, seriously, that wouldn't be right. Okay? So this is how we do business here with the brokerage firms that we are going to be managing. And this is what you all are going to have to do if you want to get in with these brokerage firms. You either got to have a book of business or you're going to have to take our course. Okay? Let me go and see if we got some questions here. Let me see if we got some questions on YouTube. Anybody got any questions? Deborah Spencer says, awesome. Thank you, Deborah. It is awesome. It is awesome. I couldn't imagine, working in a brokerage firm any other way. All right. So hopefully we were able to address the questions that you all have when it comes to, dispatching, using our course and things like that. Let me check to see if we got any questions here on Facebook or anything like that. Let's see here. See if we got any questions on Facebook. Move this out the way. People likes that. I don't see any comments. Just here's a comment. And CDL professionals. Someone asked a question. CDL professionals. Calvin, is this position solely commission based, or is there a salary? No, there is no salary. We just covered that. This is for Mr. Devin Anderson over at CDL Professionals on our link that we have here. Brokerage we're currently staffing for this position is not salary, it is commission. We just went over that. I'm gonna give him an answer here after we get off and make sure he gets it. But hopefully he's watching this Zoom presentation that we're doing right now. But no, this is not salary. Okay, like I just explained, in this industry, no one gets paid an outright salary. You are either commission or you are commission or salary. Okay, you don't get them both. You get what's called a draw. You get your draw, and then if your commissions don't equal up to your draw, you keep your draw. If your commission goes above your draw, you get that difference between whatever you got for the draw and that commission or what that made. So you either get your commission or your draw. You don't get both. Okay. So and what I mean by that, let's say your commission comes out to be $1,000 and your draw was $600, and you already collected your draw. So that means you're not going to get $1,000 check. You're going to get a $400 check, right? Because your commission was $1,000, but you collected the draw of $600, so you're not going to get us the $600. You're not going to get the $600 plus the $1,000 commission. No, it's not salary plus commission. It's salary or commission, one or the other. That's how they do it. And you really can't make any real good money that way. We do residual compensation. Okay, that's like exponential growth when it comes to income. You only do the job once, you get a shipper signed up once, and every load that gets booked from that shipper account, you're gonna get paid on it for as long as that shipper is sending us freight and we're booking loads from that shipper's account. Okay, just continuous. Same thing on the carrier side. You get a trucking company sign up, brokerage firm. If it's got 10 trucks or 10,000 trucks, okay, every truck under that DOT number is part of your carrier group. You are the carrier group manager for all those trucks. Any one of those trucks, when any of those trucks runs a load for the brokerage firm, you will pay a minimum of 10% of the brokerage fee. But every truck from your carrier group that runs a load, every time they run a load from our brokerage firm. There is no better way to get compensated. We just had a young lady, Miss Connie Turner, okay? Just started. I mean, literally just started with us, like a few weeks ago. She went out and got a Landstar agency to onboard with Hollaboard Logistics, our brokerage firm. And that contract gives us access to 95,000 trucks. You heard me right. I did not say 9,500. I did not say 95. 95,000 trucks that is in her carrier group. Here is someone that didn't know anything about the trucking or freight or booking freight, dispatching freight, but didn't know nothing about nothing when it comes to this industry. Okay, put her through the training. She came onto the brokerage firm, and not less than 2 weeks. I mean, less than 2 weeks from the time she finished training to being with the brokerage firm, she signs up. She onboards to the brokerage firm, contracts us with an account that gives us access to 95,000 trucks to run our clients, our customers' freight. You think she's gonna make some money? I mean, she's guaranteed a minimum of 10% every time one of those trucks runs a load from our brokerage firm. And she don't even have to book any freight. Don't have to book any freight. Think about that for a second. That's performance-based residual compensation, people. That's what we offer in all the freight brokerage firms that we manage. This is why our guaranteed career placement or guaranteed job placement, freight broker and dispatch training is the best in the industry. There's nobody else out there who can 100% guarantee you a position with a federally bonded, licensed, authorized, insured freight brokerage firm like we can. They can't do it. The only way they can do it is they got to run their freight brokerage firm, which is what we do. We have devised a way for us to run and profit from several brokerage firms, and we don't really own any of them. Why? Because the owners of those firms have contracted us to come in and take over the firms and run them for them. That's like Amazon. Jeff Bezos doesn't run his company. He hired a CEO and a chief operations officer, chief financial officer. They run the company. Yeah, he's the face of the company. Bill Gates, he's the face of Microsoft. He don't run Microsoft. They contract and hire people to do that for them. An entire team, and that's what we are over here at RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting. We're an entire team of freight broker management consultants. That's what we do. That's what we train our consultants to do, is to go in and be able to manage the day-to-day operations and run a freight brokerage firm. We recruit, we hire, we train on average for each broker firm about 60 to 140 salespeople. And that's what we're trying to do with this firm, is get about 60 to 140 salespeople in each broker firm that we manage. As you all can see here, if you look at our let's go ahead and look at our employees and staff. So far with this brokerage firm, we have got we got quite a few people hired, but we still need to hire about 100. So we need to put people through our training platform so they know what they're doing when they come in, and we can get these people hired. This is our current staff at Hollaboard Logistics. There I am, administrator and COO. And these are our people who are working within the firm, as you all can see here. And there's Ms. Jen Williams. She is our VP of Operations. She's one of our senior consultants over here at the RBBS LLC Corporate Consultants. She's our VP of Operations with this brokerage firm. These are two of our other consultants. And then where's Miss Connie at, the one who just signed that big deal? There she is. Miss Connie Turner. And she just signed a huge deal. A huge deal. Well, she now is the carrier group manager for over 95,000 trucks. I mean, seriously, 95,000 trucks. She's now the carrier group manager. That's the number of trucks that is in her carrier group that she gets paid on every time one of those trucks gets 10% of the brokerage fee every time one of those trucks moves the load. I hate to even try to even calculate what her future earnings, going to be, but it's going to be up there. It's going to be up there. All right. So there we are. This is who we are. We very much would like to add more people to our team. We very much would like to bring more people into the company. As y'all can see here, we spare no expense with the brokerage firms that we come in and run. I mean, we go all out on their websites, on training, on just whatever we're doing with the brokerage firm. I mean, we really go all out. So you're going to be working for very, very impressive firms. And all these firms are very aggressive in getting shippers and getting carriers. And as you all can see, we are extremely aggressive in our compensation. Let me refresh my thing here. There we go. Some of the motion going there, in these websites. So we are extremely aggressive, in our compensation. We are extremely aggressive in how we do business and how we go out to shippers. We provide you with all your leads and all that type of stuff. So after you complete the course, you go immediately, you go to work. Immediately you go to work. No wonder where am I going to get placed with a brokerage firm? Who am I going to get? No, you got to know all that before you even finish your training. You got to know all that before you finish your training. Okay, so that's who we are. That's what we do. Hopefully, we look forward to bringing you all on and things like that. We got some other questions here. I came in late. Is this an online course? Yes, this is an online course, Mike. These courses are offered online via Zoom, Monday through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We go from 9 to 12, then we take a break and come back at 1 and go till 3 p.m. Now, for those of you who can attend the day course, we have night course options that run from 7 to 9 p.m. during the same, weekly time period, Monday through Fridays, 2 weeks from 7 to 9. And the recorded, and we also give you all a password protected access to the recorded version of that day's training. So if you missed that training during the day, it's recorded, and you have live night trainings where you all also get those recordings, so you can go back and review the training of that day. And we have live night courses too to do live training for you at night. So there's really no excuse for you saying, well, I would take it, but I work during the day. Well, guess what? We have night course options available as well. And we cover all those options. Great question, Mike. Great question. Rochelle Benjamin. Hey, Calvin. This is Rochelle. Hey, Rochelle. Nice to have you here. Tonight's Freedom. Excited. I start on the 6th. Yes, I know. I was looking over your enrollment just the other day, and you're going to be getting your link here on the 1st, because we send those links out a week before course start. So look for your secure course link. Should be coming to you on the 1st or the 2nd, no later than the 2nd, which is going to probably be tomorrow is the 27th to 28th, so it'll probably be Wednesday or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, yeah, Wednesday. So look for that on Wednesday, Mr. Freeney or Honias Freeney. So look for that, and congratulations, and thank you for the enrollment. We look forward to seeing you in training. So there's still time for you all to get in the training that we have that's starting on March the 6th. There is still time to get in that training. You need to enroll now. if you want to get into that training. Just simply enroll. You're going to simply go here. If you want to get into the March 6th training, you're going to go here and you're going to click on, that's what the freight dispatchers want. That's if you want to be a carrier group manager. If you want to work in the carrier group management division of the brokerage firm. That next course starts right here, March the 6th. That's it right there, March the 6th. You still have time to get enrolled. I'm going to go ahead and give you all this link. We'll put the link in there, the enrollment link. Type this in, enrollment link for March 6th course. There it is right there. I just sent you all the link for the enrollment link for March 6th course. Okay, there is financing available. Again, there is financing available. You can finance this through Affirm at checkout. Just look for the Affirm, the payment option. It is $116 a month if you go through Affirm. Okay, we also have PayPal with PayPal financing. So if you have PayPal, you can finance it through PayPal. And I think they even stretched out longer, so you may have a lower monthly payment than you have with the Affirm. We also offer what? Financing through our student loan and personal finance option. Just scroll down here where you see where it says financial aid. Click that, and that'll take you over to our financial aid program. So where you can come in, you can submit your application for financing through our lender network. Okay, and they will loan you that money, and you can stretch it out for 3, 4, well, I think for like 4, as much as 4 or 5 years, which is going to give you an incredibly low payment. So you have those options there. Now remember, they're going to tell you you can apply for up to $50,000 to $100,000. Don't go in there trying to get $100,000 because chances are you're not going to get approved for it. Now, okay, now if you got now again, you got great credit, 750 to 850 score, and you got great income, you're making $7,000, $10,000, $12,000 a month, or whatever the case may be, then yeah, you'll probably get approved for $10,000, $15,000, probably. But don't go in there trying to get that much money. Get what you need to take the course. $2,000, maybe $2,500, a little bit more, right? Get what you need to take the course. The course is only $1,850. Get what you need, take the course, and start making money working for these brokerage firms. Okay, so there you have it. There you have it. I just sent you all the link for the next course on that. I'm going to shoot you all the link for the next freight brokerage course. For those of you who want to work in the brokerage, in the freight acquisitions division, and that's the division that calls shippers. Okay, that's the division that only calls shippers. So let me go ahead and give you all that division here. Give you that link, and that's going to be on the brokerage course. You click here, and it takes you over to that brokerage course. And here again, $1,850, as low as $116 a month through Affirm. And that next course starts 4/10/2023. We've already finished the course for 2/6/2023. We just finished that one about a week ago. So now we're on the 4/10/2023 for the next freight brokerage course. Go ahead and get enrolled now, so you don't have to worry about it. Go ahead and get enrolled now. I'm just going to shoot you all the link for that too as well. Here's the link for the freight brokerage course. For the brokerage course, the brokerage course is for April the 10th. And here it is right here. There, now you all have the brokerage course. All this information is going to be right underneath this video too. Once it's processed and everything, we have it here in the information area where you all will come here, you'll come down here and you click down here where it says show more. I'm going to put all the information down here so you all will have it. As soon as I finish this video, I put all the information right in there. So so once this is live on YouTube and everything, I have all this stuff down here in the more area where y'all can go and click on whichever course you want and go ahead and get it registered for it. Let's see, who else we got? See, Deborah's already stated. Okay, Mike is gone over that one, and we've been all right. Great. Look, everybody, I appreciate you all taking the time to join me here and to hear about our guaranteed race career placement and job placement, and to hear about the brokerage firms that we are managing and all the great things that we're going to be doing this year. We look, I set out to do this because I wanted to provide great opportunities. Okay. I'm not just in this just to, like a lot of these people that jump into this side of the industry. I mean, let's face it, a lot of these people, they don't know, they really don't know anything about freight brokering. They really don't know anything about real dispatching, because they never actually ran their own freight brokerage firm. A lot of people who are coming onto this side of it in the training sector, they just jumped into this, because they saw a lot of people doing it, a lot of people were interested in it, so they jumped in and downloaded some stuff from Google and started their training platform and said, "Hey, I'm a freight broker trainer." Okay, I've been doing this since 2016. I mean, I've been in this industry since 2014. Okay, started out as a truck driver. Unlike most people who do this, I've done everything that I teach. I really have. I've done it and made money from it. Started out as a truck driver, driving trucks with Covenant Transport. For those of you who know anything about Covenant Transport, you know that that's a team driving company. That truck never stops. One drive, one sleep. One drive, one sleep. Okay. There have been times when we have driven for 2-3 weeks straight before we even did a 34-hour reset. Because when you get real competent in knowing how to work that clock and save that time and change while you're in traffic, drive while you're in traffic, literally that truck never stops. Okay, so I got a lot of driving experience with Covenant. Great experience. Loved it. I learned a lot. Learned a lot. After my time with Covenant, I came home and bought my own truck. Went back out on the road, and first year, $541,000 is what I made running my own truck. So I know how to run my own truck. Came home, parked my truck, started my freight brokerage firm. Made good money in that. Shortly after that, I started my vocational school in training people how to do what I do. Training people how to become successful freight logistics entrepreneurs. It's about more than just teaching you how to book freight. Okay, I set out in this to learn this industry and to be able to provide opportunities, to create opportunities within this industry, and that's what we've done. Okay, that's why I've lasted. That's why we've lasted for so long. Not like a lot of these companies, they pop in, they pop out, they're up, they're running, then they're gone. We've been here from since the beginning, and we're still here. Back, in fact, when I started doing this, doing the freight broker training, there was only about seven freight broker trainers in the entire industry that was doing this. 7. Okay. Now they got about what, 700, maybe even 1,000. Okay. So understand and know what you're paying for. Okay. When you take our course, this is what you're paying for. We're offering you real opportunities. We're offering you a real job. We're offering you the best compensation plan in the industry. We're offering you something no one else is offering. And you get to get all that, and you do less work than everybody else do. Because we've taken this and we've made it to where all you have to do is just focus on what you learn, your position, stay in your lane, and you'll make more money than you can shake a stick at. I want to thank you all. I appreciate y'all for joining me. This has been Calvin with the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers and RBBS LLC Corporate Consulting for freight brokerage startups, and also for Hollaboard Logistics, the freight brokerage firm that we are running and that we are hiring for currently. Spirit Logistics, we're also still hiring for that freight brokerage firm. That's another firm that we have on the contract, and we are soon to have 8 more freight brokerage firms under contract by mid-summer. So if you want to be a part of these great brokerage firms want to be a part of this great movement that we're doing. Make it happen. Bye, everybody. Talk to you later.